Right, so I like to say Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakah HaKadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. So this is 1 Peter 4:12. Beloved, think it is not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange things happen unto you. But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of a Mashiach suffering, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with his exceeding joy. Because what? Because why do you have to go through these things? You have to go through these things so that old man is purged out of you, man. You have to be tried, which the word tried means to test. So you got to be tested. You know, it's many examples of guys coming into the truth, you know, through the will and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shah. But guess what? Now they back into the world, or they use some type of excuse to get into the world. Oh, I'm catching too much hell. All my woman is, all this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture actually talk about those type of guys, man, being not grounded. So this is, matter of fact, let's grab that Matthew's 13 and right. Let's see, Matthew's 13. Right, Matthew's 13:21. Yet have he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. So he endured for a while, right? Because you got dudes that get in the truth, they in the truth about 2, 3, 4 years. Sometimes they in it for 10 to 15 years. So they endureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended, man. So by and by he is offended. And then he tried to use an excuse to go back into the world. Oh, man, this, my woman, this, and I'm going through this, and then he goes back into the world, right? So this is why the Most High got to purge out the weak. Got to purge out the weak. He got to get rid of the weak. So he'll even put the weak through that fire, man, through that furnace of adversity. And guess what? They end up falling by the wayside. Why? So it says, he also that receives seed among thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. But he that receives seed unto a good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth fruit, some in 100-fold, some in 60, some 30. Right? So now you go, man. You know, the thing is that you have to be tested in this thing, right? You have to be tested, right? The Lord have to break you down and build you up into something new. That's why I always bring up Romans 12:2, man. The scripture says, be not conformed to this world, right? And that reminds me of the movie Transformers. You know, when they come down on earth, they're vehicles, right? You will see them as a vehicle, a Ferrari, a firefighter truck, you know, a diesel or whatever. But when they transform, they something that you wouldn't be able to comprehend. And that's what's happening to brothers, right? You're being broken down, transformed into something totally different. Right now, the Most High is transforming your mind, and then in the twinkling of an eye, 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter, your bodies are going to be transformed, but your mind got to be worked on first, man. That's why you have to go through these things, man. You have to be something different, right? You have to be something different, right? So let's go to here, Salakia. Right, that'll be the book of Colossians, right? Colossians chapter 3, verse actually Ephesians chapter 4, verse 22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, right? Because even us brothers that's out teaching, that's making videos. At one point, we was in a world. At one point, we was in that darkness. And now we have come to the light. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversations the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. So this thing is about going through that fire, going through that furnace of adversity, is renewing your mind. You're becoming something totally different, right? And you can see that because you don't do what everybody else is doing. You're not celebrating Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Easter, none of these wicked holidays that these devils have. You're not following the path that these people are following. Now you on a different track. You hopped off that train and got on a totally different train. Right, that train that you was on previously was all of the gold, the silver, the possessions and all of that shit, whatever's going on, adultery, blah, this, that, and that third. And then that other train you got on, it's a little beat up, it's scratching up against the pipes and everything like that. But guess what, man? It's going to totally transform the way you think. That's the beautiful thing about it, man. It's going to totally transform the way you think. So it says, verse 23, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and that ye put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness, right? Which is the book of Psalms 119 and 172, right? Righteousness is the keeping of the laws, the statutes, commandments, and true holiness, man. Right? And true holiness meaning to separate yourself from all these things of the world, man, because all these things of the world is only set for you to commit wickedness. It's not set for you to commit righteousness. The only thing, like I said, on the highways and byways, the only thing these people think about is working, getting up, getting up, working, making money, paying their bills, or trying to become some type of artist, right? Or some actor, right? Or some sports player. This is what's on the people's mind, right? It's to try to be better than somebody else. But the Most High, what he have for us, he have for us set to do his will, to go out in the highways and byways, make these videos throughout the week, post them, feed the sheep, right? So let's get this. Right, so this is Salaki, bear with me for a second. Bear with me for a second. Yeah, let's get I'm gonna get Colossians 3 and let me see here. I'm trying to see where I'm gonna start off at. Right. You know what? I'll start up at 5. I'll start up at 1. Forget it. Hey, grab it all if you can. If ye then be risen with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above, where a Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. Hold up, but that cuts the Trinity doctrine. So, a Mashiach sitteth on the right hand of God, right? Which, if the Lord is sitting on the right hand of the Father, then how is the Lord the Father, right? So the Trinity doctrine makes no sense, right? The Trinity doctrine goes up against what the Bible is saying. It says, set your affections on things above, not on things on earth. There you go. Plain and simple. You got to set your affections on the things above, not things on the earth. So all these people are fucking thinking about, man, is money. Working. Right? Becoming something bigger than somebody else. Let me become an Instagram star or YouTube star or, Facebook star or whatever the hell. That's all these people are thinking about. They're not thinking about what the will of the Most High. It says, for ye are dead and your life is hid with the Mashiach. a Mashiach in the Most High. When a Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then shall you also appear with him in glory. It says, mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affections, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is idolatry, for which things sake the wrath of the Most High cometh on the children of obedience, and the which ye also walk sometimes when ye live in them. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Lie not one to another, saying that ye have put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. And the image of the Lord is what? Let's get that image. The image of the Lord is Sophia, man, which is wisdom, right? So we're going to get the image real quick, and we'll end it from there. So let's get it. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 6, or verse 26. It says, for she is the brightness of his everlasting light, and the unspotted mirror of the power. Now, let's get to the she. So we're going to start up at around verse 24. It says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She. So wisdom is she, which when you go into that word wisdom, it means Sophia, right? So the image of the Most High, which is wisdom, right? So again, let's get it. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. That's why when you go into the book of Ezekiel, Ezekiel, and you can go into the book of Genesis, where it says the Lord, I don't want to cut it up, man. Let's just get it. I don't want to cut it up. It says, and he breathed through his nostrils. Let me get it real quick. Right? And he became a spirit. Right. So real quick, this is Genesis 2 and 7. And the Lord power formed men of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and man became a living soul. So the Most High, he blew his breath, and boom, man became a living soul. That's not what it's talking about, right? This is why you got to put precept upon precept. The scripture says, for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High. So when it talks about the breath of the Most High, that means he gave them wisdom upon the earth, right? The power of for she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall unto her, for she is the brightness of the everlasting light, the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High, and the image of his goodness. So when the scriptures tell you that he created us in his own image, he created us in the image of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, which is righteousness, man. Right? Which is righteousness. The scriptures tell you that he made man to be upright, but they sought wicked inventions. There you go. Right? That easy little breakdown right there, man. Right? Nothing too difficult. Right? But you can only get this understanding from the apostles of GMS on down. Right? So Colossians 3 and 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Oh, Salakia. Let me see here. Communication, like not one thing. Right. So yeah, verse 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. So again, the image of him being the ways of righteousness. So we was created in righteousness. We was created to be righteous, to walk righteous, right? But we have fallen, like the scriptures tell you in the book of 2nd Ezra, that we have fallen. Matter of fact, let me get that if I could find it, man. Right? It's not talking about fucking fallen angels, man. So our precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here little and there little. So let me see if I can find it. Right, so this is 2nd Ezra 7:48. It says, O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. So that's what the scriptures is talking about when it's talking about for they have fallen, right? It's not talking about fucking fallen angels and shit. There was a war in heaven, right? Swords broke out, powers and lightning and water elements and all that shit was just going on in the heavens, and the angels were just flying around with shields and swords, and they was just battling out like the immortals and shit. No, man. No, man. That shit is madness. No. That's not what it's talking about, man. When it talks about fallen, when it's talking about that they have fallen, it's talking about us. We have fallen. You have fallen like one of the princes. It's talking about us, man. We have fallen. Right? Now, we was once immortal. Now we age. We die. We get sick. We get infirmities. And I'm talking about you Israelites, not you people of the other nations. Your ass is going to captivity where you belong. Because when you rule, look how fucked up you got the world, man. So that's what it's talking about, man. So you got to get some understanding in this thing, man. This is why the Most High is breaking you down, building you up. You know what I'm saying? And when you're growing in this truth, you have to be broken down and built up, man. You have to be, you know, that fire have to be under your ass, man. Because also increasing in knowledge also puffs you up, right? So the Most High got to put you through adversities to stay humble. But yeah, you know, other than that, you know, we got it all. We got it. We got what we wanted. So other than that, man, you know, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. But hey, Yahweh Shemel Shabrakatah, Shalom.